YouTube? Jeremiah Hersey here, and thank you for being patient. I know it's been a while since my last video. I've been studying for the Azure Fundamentals test, which I just passed, and so I'm ready to jump back into the training videos and the Nota Pro series, so thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about the year-to-date profit measure. Now, there is a time intelligence function called total year-to-date, and we're going to use that function to create the measure to find the year-to-date profit for each of the years and whatever level that we're at with inside of the visual. If you want to follow along, there's a link in the description down below to download the PBIX file. Let's go ahead and get started. So here we are where we left off in the last video, and we have this matrix with calendar year, total profit, and prior year profit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to remove the calendar year from the rows section so that we can put our hierarchy in. So the calendar year is what we're going to be removing. So I'm going to click the X here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my date hierarchy. So in your date table, you should have a date hierarchy created automatically for you. And so we're going to drag that into the rows section here. And we can see starting out that it is still at the year level, but we have the ability to drill down into the different sections within inside of the year, the quarter, the month, and the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a measure here that finds the year-to-date profit. So as each year progresses, we're going to get a summation of the total profit. So we're going to go over here to our measures table. Let's go ahead and create a new measure here. And once again, we're going to be using time intelligence functions in this case. In order to use time intelligence functions, you have to have a date table, and it has to be marked as a date table if you're using keys. So this formula that we're going to be using is actually really simple to use, and so we're going to call this year-to-date profit. So we're going to be looking at profit here. And you can use whatever metrics you want to. If you were finding year-to-date sales or year-to-date cost, you would just replace those with inside of the measure. And so if you start typing in YTD, what you're going to notice is that there are two functions that we can use, date year to date or total year to date. And so the function that we're going to be using today is the total year to date function. And if you click the little arrow here, you can read more about it. So it specifies the interval on the first day of the year and the end of the year. And we can also apply specific filters to this if we want to. So let's say we wanted to find the prior year-to-date profit. We can add a filter in order to do that. So we're going to just hit tab here to select the total year-to-date function. Notice the first thing that it asks for is an expression. We've talked about this before. Anytime a measure asks for an expression, it's asking typically for one of the measures that you've already created. In this case, we're going to use the total profit measure. Now, once again, do not reference the home table of the measure, only the name of the measure itself using square brackets. So we're going to use the total year-to-date function, and we're going to look at profit. Now, this second required piece is the dates. Remember, when these time intelligence functions are asking for dates, it's asking where are your dates located? Well, our dates are located in the date table, date column. And so I'm just going to scroll down here, and I'm going to hit tab to select the one that I want. Now, remember that these square brackets in this measure, in this formula, these square brackets mean these are optional parameters. We do not have to include them. Notice there's the filter if we wanted to include a filter. But all we need to do here is close up our parenthesis to make our function work. So I'm going to go ahead and return the total year-to-date profit. And I'm also going to format it as a currency as well. So up here in column tools, I'm just going to format this as a currency. Now, as we've talked about before, the only way to see a measure is inside of a visual. So I'm going to go ahead and add the year-to-date profit to my visual. Now, what you're going to notice is that as we're at the year level, there are the same amount for total profit in year-to-date profit. That's because the year has completely finished. And so At the year level, we're going to see that year-to-date profit and total profit for the year are exactly the same. But as we use our drill down feature and we go down to the next level, the hierarchy, we're going to keep them within their respective years. Notice the change now occurs. And so what we're seeing is that in quarter one is 5.4 million and then quarter two is 5.7. But if you look over here at the year to date, it's additive. So we're going to take the initial 5.4 million and then we're going to add the 5.7 to get 11. We're going to add 5 more to get 16.8. And as we get into the next year, notice that the initial value of 6 million starts out of the very first quarter. But as we progress further throughout the year, the value of the profit is additive for the entire year. And so this is a function that's extremely easy to use. We can either expand down to the next level here. So we'll go down to the month level. You can see that it works on the month level as well. All right, so as we scroll down here, we're seeing that this has now gone down. I went ahead and expanded down all the way into the day level. And you can see that even at the day level, our year-to-date profit is working. So it doesn't matter what level you're at with inside the hierarchy, it's going to work. Whether you're at the month level or you're at the day level, it will work just fine. And so this is a really easy measure to use, a really easy function to use here to help build year-to-date profit measures. Once again, the only requirement is that you have to have a date table in order for time intelligence functions to work. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. I'll see you in the next one.